Amigos, 'tis I, Chlois, aka Manny Bish on Insta. Today I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. I said I wasn't going to try, so I'm not. And Vintage Girl. And so this one is from Madam Glam. Vintage Girl is from Nail Addict. And I am going to be doing a reverse gel method mani. So I already have my pill base on, and so I think the gel was reacting with my pill base in this first layer, especially on my index finger. You'll see that like on the right side of my nail, from this angle on the right side of my nail, there seems to be like some bubbling happening on that side and like separation. But I just go ahead and do everything as normal, and during the second or third layer, it takes care of itself. But, so I'm using colored gel and clear acrylic, clear dip powder. This is my clear from iGel Beauty. It's the Dip and Dap clear. So, we're experimenting today. I have kind of been curious about this. I've also been curious about sandwiching nail polish in between clear and trying to do that. I have done it once before and it didn't go quite smooth for me, but that was at the beginning of my dip journey and I didn't know as much then as I do now. So I'm wondering if I gave it another shot, if it would work. Sorry for the earthquakiness going on. I do have my camera set up, like my phone on the stand next to my right arm, so my elbow does hit it on occasion, so my apologies. So yes, I am just going in with thin layers of this and pouring my clear over. This is a longer video because I also did some like a new nail art situation too. So there will be timestamps below. If you want to just skip to the nail art, you can watch that. If you want to just stick around for this, then when the nail art comes up, you can jump out, whatever, no problem. I was going to make it into 2 separate videos, but I could have, but for whatever reason in my head, there was this whole thing. I just didn't, okay? There are timestamps. So if you want to skip this part and just go to the nail art, you can do that. Or stay around for this and skip the nail art, you can do that too. So, anywho, I cured in my light. I did all of my nails. Then I cured in my light I did the 90-second setting on my Kiara Sky lamp. It's like the low heat mode where it like eases up the heat. I do that one only to be extra safe because the 60-second one does work like wonderfully. Things cure really fast in that light and really good, but I am still like, it stresses me out to think that there's a possibility that my gel isn't cured and that a disaster could happen, you know? So I typically use the 90-second setting all the time. So, anywho, at least a full minute, but I do 90 seconds, so take that as you will. Make sure that your gel is 100% cured all the way through. You don't want any wet gel or anything. It can cause allergies. And also, once I pour the powder over, I am cleaning my skin off. I am not the cleanest applicator ever. On occasion, I have my days, and I even think to myself, dang, I did good during this mani. And some days I'm like, whoa, this is a hot mess, and I got this all over my fingers. So, we haven't we don't have a consistent application over here with me. So I do clean off my skin before I cure, because you don't want any cured gel on your skin. It can cause lifting and allergies and all kinds of other stuff. So can wet gel, so just keep that in mind, that wet gel on your skin can cause allergies. You want to clean it all up as quickly as possible. I actually find it's so easy to clean gel off when you are doing the gel method with dip powder. So here I'm just showing you that there's just few little spots here and there that need some more coverage. So I am going to do one more layer. So I did 3 total layers of the dip application with that gel color. And now I am just top coating. I did not show you the 3rd layer, but I am top coating. This is like my encapsulation layer of clear, but just with gel. It's my gel. It's a 2-in-1 gel and base coat from Manny Boss. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I find it easiest to clean gel off of your nails when you have that dip or acrylic laying in the gel. It makes it thicker and gives the gel something to stick to just easily get it off. It's not wet and runny anymore. It just makes it a little bit thicker and just easier to wipe away. But I mean, there's times when you're doing gel that you're not going to be using powder. But I do find that the gel method, I get super clean, nice cuticles with, better than dip powder. Because also, it's not going to stick in place until you tell it to. So you have all the time in the world to clean your cuticles. So now I'm just taking this little dotting tool. I got mine off of Amazon. And I'm taking that vintage girl color and I'm just putting random dots on my pinky and middle finger. Just all over my nail. You can't really tell with the pinky. I was trying not to make them super symmetrical, and somehow on my pinky it still came out looking like literally 2 rows of 3 dots, and I just left it alone. I was like, whatever. Now I am taking my long striping brush from Beetles, and I am trying to do a French tip. Now, for me, this definitely did not come out even on all of these nails. There was a lot of repainting, well, maybe not so much repainting things, it's just like making sure that I had an even layer of color on all the tips of my nails, but also a lot of cleaning up with my Maniology angled brush and some alcohol, trying to make that smile line semi good. So I drew my outline of where I knew I wanted my smile line to be, and as you can tell, this first nail didn't come out too great. As I moved on to my index finger and my thumb, it became easier. But now I'm taking the actual polish itself, not that striping brush anymore, and I'm going to fill in the rest of that space. And it's just easier to take the actual brush and do this, so you're not fighting with a really thin striping brush trying to get all of this polish on your free edge. So this is what I did, and see, it's so not good, so messy. So I'm also just going to try and take this brush and just see what exactly I can do. And I tried not to panic. I was like, I can fix this. It's fixable. It's fixable. So I got out my angled brush, my alcohol, I dipped it in there, and I'm just wiping away some of that gel polish. And it's still wet. I have not cured it yet, so it's easy to move around and just push around, manipulate it to where I want it to go. And so I'm just checking back and forth and everything, and I seen that one side was still a little like lopsided. So I'm still trying to fix that. And then I realized, you know what? I have other plans anyways to do on top of this, so it doesn't have to be completely perfect. So I flash cured that for 15 seconds. I also flash cured my dots for 15 seconds. And each like finger after I finish the French tip, I'm going to put my hand in again for 15 seconds. And then when I finish my thumb, I'll put my whole hand in for a whole minute. But I did go ahead and flash cure in between each finger because I did not want to take the chance of messing it up. So, see, it was just way easier on my index finger once I kind of had a feel and idea of what I was doing a little bit. And also, the smile line French tip situation just came out better on my index finger. Now, my nails are roughly the same shape and everything, but I also have a crooked finger here and there, and I did not overcompensate for that situation when applying my nail tips, so I didn't like try and correct it the right way like I should have. I just went with the flow of my nail, so they still look crooked. Now, so yeah, and again, this French tip just came out way better. And whatever, I tried not to think too much of it. I still really enjoyed this mani, so that was what mattered to me. Again, flash cure for 15 seconds. Once I see that I got everything good and got got everything good and got and ready to bake. So, guys, I swear I'm not like drunk or high or anything when I do these like voiceovers, and I don't get high. Drunk occasionally, sure, but I don't get high, and I'm not doing that when I'm doing these videos. I just literally can't talk. So, apologies. Lo siento, I'm sorry. Anywho, onto my thumb. So, now we're doing my thumb, and this one was therefore, when I first went to start my thumb, you didn't see it because I edited it out. I was like trying to figure out how I wanted to hold my finger exactly, because on my other fingers, you seen me like I was able to lay my hand flat on the table and try and draw the lines and then face my fingers towards me, whatever. But I couldn't lay my thumb flat on the table without taking it out of frame and having a hard time with it being too close to me. So I did struggle on that for a few seconds. But I got it figured out and it worked out fairly easy. I am bringing this around my free edge tips because I didn't want any weird like clear colored spots. I wanted everything to be the same color, and it also just helped like smooth out the edges of my nails. So that was fine with me. If you have a super precise and perfect shape going on, I do recommend like cleaning, like taking your finger and running it under the nail, because that will take some of the gel off of the sides and from the bottom so it doesn't ruin your nail shape. But since mine were already like almond ovally shaped and my edges were a little rough anyways, I wasn't worried about it. I just didn't care. And so here we are doing leopard print across that smile line of our French tips. And this was why I said I really didn't care if it was too even. Like, I tried to remind myself that it wouldn't really matter because we were going to kind of be covering it up anyways. So I didn't really I planned on doing the leopard print over the smile line anyways before I even started doing the artwork, and it just helped out really good in disguising the fact that my French tips were a little crooked. So if you're not trying to do a design overlapping the French tip, but your French tips are crooked, overlapping designs is always an option because it does hide crooked French tips very well. Very, very well. Just a note, just so you know. So I'm just creating little half C's and dots and random squiggles to create that leopard print. And some were bigger and chunkier than I really wanted them to be, but I just went with the flow, the flow of things anyways, and did it, and tried not to overthink it. Didn't want to try and like wipe anything off and try and correct it because I knew it would come out way worse the second time. And see right there, I accidentally hit my nail with the black. I didn't even wipe that off. I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever, that's fine. I'll still leave that little spot there and we'll roll with it. And it was fine. It looked fine. So just trying to not overthink it, just doing it. Just do it. And then I'm going to flash cure. No, I'm not going to flash cure these. Now I'm going to put my hand in for a whole minute. I'm taking some alcohol and I'm wiping down those nails because on occasion that black or gel art liner stuff anyways can still have like residual color. It's not that it's not cured, it does still have some color on it, and so some like loose color, and when you go with a top coat or whatever, it can smudge it. So I'm just making sure that all of that is off. I'm top coating all 5 of my nails, even my pinky and ring finger. They are not done yet. What we are going to do to those the rest of the way is going to be a 3D design. So I am top coating before we get into that situation. So, top coating my nails. Now, I did end up, after doing this top coat, I had already cured for a minute, and then I went ahead and went in with a second layer because I forgot to cap my edges. Now, again, if you're having like a super straight, perfect nail shape going on, and if you're not using peel base and you want to keep that shape, don't cap your edges because the gel can like add thickness and bulk and lumps that you don't want at your free edge. But if you're using peel base and you want your mani to last, you definitely want to cap your free edge. And so I'm using peel base and I want to cap my free edge. So I'm going in right now with that second layer on all of my nails, and then I will be capping or curing. I already told you I was capping my nails. I'll be curing for a full minute again. And you've seen on when I did my last layer, I did go in with my angled brush one more time with a little bit of alcohol on it, and I cleaned up my sidewalls. That's one of my favorite ways and easiest ways to clean the sidewalls if you're using gel or nail polish. Cleans up nail polish really good too. Just a little bit of alcohol or nail polish remover, and maybe tap your brush on a paper towel to get the excess liquid so you don't flood your sidewalls, or get on the nail and have separation of the gel. So tap it on your napkin so it's not like completely saturated, and you can clean out your cuticles very easily. Now I'm using Bubbly from Revel for this part. I'm taking my black and I'm just going around those dots, creating that leopard print again. So here we have dots inside the leopard print, actual like dual color situation going on. On the French tips, I did not do that because I didn't want to be using the same color as the French tip. You wouldn't have been able to see it anyways with the dots around it. It just didn't make much sense. And I didn't want to throw in an extra color and have things like being too crazy. And I prefer the way that this came out. So that's what I did. Now, Bubbly has a little tiny bit of shimmer to it. But in this case, once I cure it, and so you need to cure this also for a minute. Once I cure these again, and I get that extra powder brushed off and clean those nails off, you'll see the shimmer is very, very, very subtle in these. And I didn't want anything too sparkly to begin with. That's why I went with Bubbly, because it is more of like a slight shimmer kind of thing. I wasn't expecting it to be so subtle, but I didn't mind it. It came out fine. It came out good. And so I'm taking more alcohol on a lint-free wipe, and I'm just trying to get in between those crevices of 3D-ness to clean. And that is my mani, you guys. I will catch y'all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. Bye, bitches.